Good morning. Chief Marshal Professor Wesley W. Marple will now lead the procession of the graduates.
I think it's fine. Thank you. Okay, it's good. Hello, guys. Yeah, here, okay.
Beg pardon?
Just a little bit of time before.
Not much,
Okay. Gonna wait.
because almost all of my students, all three run down to Will the graduates please be seated as the class marshals hoist the college colors? They will be escorted by members of the Executive Board of the Student Government Association. After I introduce each of the class marshals, they will rejoin their class. I request that you withhold your applause until each of the class marshals has been introduced. Representing the College of Art, Media, and Design, Katie Lynn Adams, Bachelor of Arts degree, grade point average 4.000. Now, for those of you who may recall getting a gentleman's or a gentlewoman's C, that grade was a 2.000. That gives you a reference. Representing the DeMoore McKim Business School, Jennifer L. Hoffman, receiving the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration degree with a 3.952 average. Representing Bouvet College, Christopher Thomas Campbell, receiving the Bachelor of Science degree with a 4.000 average. Representing the College of Computer and Information Science, Trevor Adam Sontag, with a Bachelor of Science degree at a 3.958 average. We have co-marshals in the College of Engineering. The first is Taylor M. Dickman, receiving the Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering degree with a 3.989 average. And Stephen Daniel Earl, receiving the Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering degree with a 3.989 average. We have co-marshals from the College of Science as well. Imelda Rose Mueller, with a Bachelor of Science degree with a 4.00 average, and Kristen E. Judah, with a Bachelor of Science degree and not to be outdone, also with a 4.00 average. From the College of Social Science and Humanities, Erin J. Conrad, Bachelor of Science degree with a 4.00 average. Congratulations to each of you. Representatives of the university faculty will now take their places. Alumni representing the class of 1963 and golden graduates will now take their seats. Will all degree candidates and their guests please rise? welcome Alexander Kern, Executive Director of the Center for Spirituality, Dialogue, and Service, to the podium for introduction of the invocation. After the prayer, let us all join in singing the first stanza of the national anthem, led by Nur Jahan Muhammad Khan from the College of Science.
Northeastern family, please join with Northeastern's spiritual advisors for prayers from our great world faiths. Irene Braverman, our Jewish spiritual advisor, followed by Naila Boloch, Brother Joe Donovan, Harrison Blum, and Reverend Stewart could not be with us this morning.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, eternal God, who has given us life, sustained us, and brought us to this joyous time.
Allahumma anta salam wa minka salam wa ilayka yaudu salam. Tabarakta rabbana wa ta'alayta ya dhul jalali wal ikram.
O God, you are the source of peace, and from your grace comes peace, and what returns me to you is peace. Blessed are you, O our Lord, the most exalted, the owner of majesty and bounty. O Blessed One, bestow the gift of your peace on the graduates, their families, faculty, staff, and all who are gathered here today, and help them to carry this peace into our world. Amen.
Dominum et vivificantem cumple filias tuas et filios tuos cum confidentia veniente et cognitione delictionis tuae et assiduatis tuae in omnibus aetatibus et rebus emite spiritum tuum et creabuntur et renovabis faciem terrae. Lord and giver of life, fill these, your daughters and sons, with the confidence that comes from knowing your love and your presence in every time and situation. Send forth your Spirit, and we shall be created, and you shall renew the face of the earth. Amen.
May each and all of you continue to nurture an awakening mind and an opening heart. May your lives ripple outward from this day with radiance, and may your steps toward truth and love be an invitation to others to join in that goodness.
Gracious and loving God, may these, our graduates, rejoice in the gifts of knowledge and education and go forth into this good world as agents of wisdom and peace and justice. Gracious God of all living things, may we be servant leaders always, from generation to generation, from this day on and forevermore. Amen and Amen. Amen.
The color guard from the Army ROTC will now post the colors.
Please be seated. Good morning. I'm Steve Director, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to Northeastern University's 111th Commencement. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Northeastern University, congratulations to the class of 2013. This is truly a special day, a day I know that you, our students and graduates, and certainly your families have dreamed of since you applied to this great university. It's a day of reflection on fond memories of college life and a day full of promise as you think about your future. I hope that all of you truly enjoyed today as members of Northeastern University's faculty have assembled with the students whom they have taught and recommended for academic degrees. Faculty and staff of Northeastern University are pleased to share this momentous occasion with you, your families, and friends. It's now my pleasure to introduce the President of Northeastern University, Joseph E. Aoun.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. I don't hear anything. Good morning. That's better. Listen, I want to tell you something. Last year during commencement, some of the students, and it wasn't you, tweeted that they want what I called my bling. I am going to tweet today that I want some of your caps. Those are quite special. So may the best cap be given to me. I would like to start by recognizing the golden graduates who have graduated more than 50 years ago. Welcome. Graduates, we are awed by your dedication and amazed by your achievements. Above all, we are excited about the future you'll create for yourselves and for all of us. Parents, friends, and loved ones, this is your day too. We know how deeply you share in the happiness of this occasion and how your love, advice, and sacrifice have made this day possible. Graduates, please rise. Turn to your parents and your friends and your partners. Thank you. Thank you. Please be seated. I want you to behave as well as our graduates. Faculty colleagues, trustees, and university staff, today we also celebrate your immeasurable contributions to our university and to our students, our graduating class. This day belongs to you as well. Let's recognize them. and to our very distinguished commencement speaker and honorary degree recipients. You serve as exemplars for all of us. We are honored that beginning today, all of you will remain members of the Northeastern family. While we have much to celebrate, we are joined in the shadow of tragedy. We are feeling a conflicting mix of emotions, joy and pain, triumph and loss. Fortunately, we also draw strength from one another. Like many of you, I first came to Boston as a student. I arrived here from half a world away. Although I was a newcomer, Boston made me feel welcome. I was embraced by roommates, teachers, and neighbors. I will always remember how people went out of their way to make me feel at home. Many of the friends I made as a student remain my friends today, and the bonds I feel with them and with this city are unbreakable. 18 days ago, the character of our city was revealed to the rest of the world. It is a character based on 4 centuries of people arriving like me in search of new beginnings and a better life. Because Boston is a destination of hope for so many, it is a city infused with optimism and goodwill. Later in this ceremony, we will honor the emergency responders and members of law enforcement who showed the world the true character of Boston. Right now, I want to acknowledge members of the Northeastern community who also rose to the challenge on that fateful day. They are students in our Bouvet College of Health Sciences, and many of them are graduating today. They were stationed with their advisors at the finish line to provide routine assistance to runners after the race. But when disaster struck, there was nothing routine about their response. They immediately put their education to use. And when confronted with the worst, they brought out their best. Let me ask these students and advisors to stand. And some I know will not be standing because it's very difficult for them. So I would like you to stand if you can, if you're willing to, and be acknowledged by our community. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Be seated. As educators, it is our duty to turn extraordinary events into teachable moments. There are 3 lessons I believe we can take from all the first responders. Takeaways we can carry with us when we leave here today. First, they put the needs of others before themselves. All of us have seen images of people tearing through the barricades to reach those who were wounded. At a time when it would have been understandable to seek shelter, they thought only of those who needed them so urgently. It is a measure of the bonds that unite us as a human family, that in a moment of chaos and desperation, so many people rush to help their fellow men and women. It is said that in times of crisis, our true selves are revealed. This crisis revealed the depth and character of those charged with keeping us safe, secure, and healthy. Thank you. A second lesson is that the men and women who responded were prepared for the unknown and the unexpected, even when danger literally appeared out of nowhere. Let me share with you an email that Jen McBride, who's graduating today, hello Jen, sent to her teacher at Salamanca. She wrote, "I never thought I would use the first aid and stress management principles we learn in your class so soon in such a real way. I know that part of the reason I was able to respond quickly and calmly to help those injured and assist the physicians at the scene was because of my recent course. Thank you for the education and coaching you provided." What Jen told us, and what we heard from many, is that the strong foundation provided by her education helped her face the unknown and the unexpected. We often think of education as preparing us for a specific path. Yet, the most powerful aspect of education is that it prepares us for the unknown, even the unimaginable. Education allows us to meet challenges we haven't even conceived. Our students were not expecting what they saw that day. They were trained to help runners recover after a race. Yet, they found themselves doing emergency triage and making tourniquets. I have no doubt that their efforts saved lives. Their determination, plus their education, enabled them to put aside the shock and horror of the tragedy, go beyond themselves, and transcend any limitations. A third takeaway is that even when individuals hurt us, the power of community heals us. After the attack, I visited several of our injured students in local hospitals. Each one of them was grateful for the emergency personnel who performed flawlessly in the midst of chaos. But each one also had stories of citizens who came to their rescue, giving them aid and comfort at critical moments. This is the face of hope. It is why attempts to destroy the fabric of the human family through violence never succeed. In this case, and many others, when the strands of humanity are strained, they ultimately are strengthened. There are countless lessons that can be taken from the responders and victims of the tragedy. These are three that resonate with me. They taught us to put the needs of others first. They showed us how to face the unknown and unexpected. And they reminded us of the healing power of community. These are not just lessons that emerge in crisis. In many ways, graduates, your education helped you learn these lessons. It has been my honor and that of my colleagues to walk with you on your extraordinary journeys. Now, as you prepare to take the next step in your lives, we can say with confidence, you are ready to take on the world. No matter where your individual path leads, I know you will carry this university and this great city of Boston forever in your hearts. All of us will remain Northeastern together and Boston strong. Thank you.
Thank you, President Aoun. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our student speaker. Miguel D. Corral has forged a remarkable career at Northeastern. An international affairs major and presidential global fellow, he has conducted research on international security and disarmament and has published his scholarship in a European policy journal. Following his passion for diplomacy and global humanitarian action, he has worked and studied in 16 countries, embodying Northeastern's spirit of global exploration. He is focused on a career in diplomacy or international policymaking. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2013 student speaker, Miguel D. Corral.
Wow. All right. Good morning, class of 2013. All right. Thank you very much, President Aoun, and thank you, Dr. Kim, for your presence here today and your exemplary global leadership. Furthermore, on behalf of our class, I'd like to give our most heartfelt congratulations to all the honorary degree recipients, and in particular, Boston Police Commissioner Davis, who is here representing our brave and our dedicated law enforcement officials and first responders. Thank you as well to Provost Director, distinguished faculty, and staff. And finally, let me thank the friends and families that we all have here today, who certainly made this day possible due to their continuous and their tireless support. And to you, class of 2013, congratulations on reaching a major milestone in your life. Surely today is a day to celebrate the remarkable journey we have embarked upon over the last few years. Like many of you, standing before you now, ready to graduate, I look back to see just how far I've come since I began college a mere 4 years ago. As an incoming freshman, I came to Northeastern without any master plan. I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do. In fact, I basically picked my major, international affairs, on a hunch. But standing before you today, I can attest to the fact that I've changed tremendously since then. I had the chance to study, research, and work in a total of 16 different countries, and thus was able to begin to learn the different perspectives that people around the world have on critical issues. It was at Northeastern that I grasped the value of a global education. In this light, I learned, for instance, the power and the transformative effect of studying Egyptian politics in Cairo or Syrian history in Damascus. And through our amazing co-op program, I was able to work at NATO and the United Nations and try to bring about the change I wanted to see in the world. However, I realized that by no means am I an exceptional, special, or unique case within this extraordinary graduating class. I am surrounded here today by individuals who have traveled to the ends of the earth, from the metropolis of Hong Kong, to the villages of Cambodia, to the townships of South Africa, to the Amazonian rainforests of Peru, and everywhere in between. In this crowd, I see students who have created vibrant small businesses, who have engineered impressive advances in technology, who have represented us in national and international competitions and conferences, and who have sought to make the world a better place by making a steadfast commitment to ending poverty. This is our class. Because of you, I am truly honored and humbled to be standing here today as your student speaker. I find it very difficult to think of a room anywhere in the world with so much accumulated talent and proven achievements. And for this reason, today we should be proud. And we should also be thankful to Northeastern for having given us the tools we needed to make the most out of our own talent, our own intelligence, and our own initiative. However, as much as today is an occasion to celebrate, it is also a day to look ahead into the future. Without a doubt, this is a daunting task, as many of us may see uncertainty lying ahead. Yet if our last few years have taught us anything, it is that we can take on any endeavor that crosses our path. 4 or 5 years ago, we were also unsure about what we would do with our future. And during our undergraduate years, we surely made mistakes, and we were unsure about which decisions to make. But we rose above that adversity, and we conquered our fears to become the extraordinarily accomplished class we are today. When we began our time here at Northeastern, we were presented with vast opportunities, and we took advantage of them. And we even created more opportunities with our own drive and our own ingenuity. And thus, as we look to begin the next stage of our lives, we should be as ambitious, as motivated, and as committed to achieving our dreams. This ceremony is certainly an acknowledgement that we have come far. But let us not be complacent, for we can go even further. The opportunities in front of us are endless if we face the future with the same determination and the same work ethic that has characterized these last few years. For in our ranks surely lie the next healthcare professionals, the next global business leaders, the next diplomats, the next policymakers, and of course, a generation of global citizens ready to change the world. However, our determination alone will not be enough. Our ambition needs to be matched with an uncompromising commitment to our values, such as humility, compassion, integrity, and solidarity. These form part of our individual values and the collective values of our Northeastern community and this great city of Boston. While the recent tragic events certainly shocked our city, they also demonstrated that in times of crisis and in times of hardship, it is these values that strengthen our resilience and guide us towards brighter days ahead. Ultimately, the challenges we face are indeed demanding. And undoubtedly, they will test our resolve and our commitment towards making the world a better place. Nevertheless, I have nothing but unbridled confidence in you. For we hold the reins to our own future. And surely the achievements during our time at Northeastern are an impressive platform on which to build from. And so if I may leave you with one final thought, my fellow graduates, I urge you to recognize the opportunities in front of you and to begin today your new journey towards creating a more prosperous tomorrow. Thank you very much. And once again, congratulations, class of 2013.
Thank you, Miguel. That was really terrific. It's now my pleasure to introduce Sarah Leahy, chair of the senior class drive, who is graduating with a degree in communications. An incredibly active student leader, she has inspired her peers to help make Northeastern even greater for future generations of students. She has served in leadership positions with the Student Alumni Association, the 2012 Homecoming Committee, and the Office of Residential Life. Sarah plans to pursue a career in corporate communications. Please join me in welcoming Sarah Leahy to the podium to present the 2013 class gift.
Thank you, Provost Director, and congratulations, class of 2013. Today, we walked into this arena as undergraduates and will leave as alumni of one of the best schools in the country. Many of you here with me today have already taken the first step towards being an engaged and active part of the alumni community by participating in the Senior Gift Drive. You've recognized and acknowledged the incredible experiences that Northeastern has given us, so thank you. Thanks to you, future generations of Huskies will have the same great opportunities we did. So today, it was with great pride that I present this check on our behalf to the university for $24,428.83. I hope this tradition of giving is one that remains intact for future generations of Huskies, so Northeastern remains an amazing place to live, learn, and thrive. Thank you again, and go Huskies.
Thank you, Sarah, and to all the class of 2013. Our alumni are important members of the Northeastern family, and I have the pleasure now of introducing Jack Moynihan, class of 1993, and Vice President of Alumni Relations and the Northeastern Fund. Please join me in welcoming Jack to the podium.
Good morning. Let's try that again, Huskies. Good morning. There you go. It is my privilege to welcome the class of 2013 to Husky Nation, a thriving community of more than 210,000 graduates living and working around the globe. They are innovative, influential, and motivated leaders who have made their own mark on the world. Today represents a new beginning for every single one of you. Yes, it may be the end of one chapter of your Northeastern story, but it's also the beginning of a new one. And there is so much more to be written. You have a tremendous opportunity to make your own impact, to blaze your own trail. I urge you to seize every opportunity that comes your way and make the most of it. The future is yours. You will forever be part of the Northeastern family. You're a Husky for life. This is your university, and it always will be. Stay involved, keep in touch, and tap into our network of fellow Huskies. They're here to help, and one day you may play a critical role in helping those who follow in your footsteps. Today, we are thrilled to have some of those members of Husky Nation here with us, the 50th reunion class of 1963, and other fellow Golden grads. They have remained involved with Northeastern because this university has played a pivotal role in their professional and personal lives. Golden grads, would you please stand? I'm happy to present to you our newest class of alumni. Now, please join me for our traditional pinning ceremony. And please welcome Senior Megan Johnson to the podium. Today, Megan is receiving her Bachelor of Science in Physical Therapy from the Bouvet College of Health Sciences. Megan was one of our physical therapy students who, along with the Student Alumni Association, volunteered at the Boston Marathon and played a critical role in helping injured spectators receive urgent medical care in the aftermath of the tragic bombings. Class of 2013, please remove the pin from your card and place it on your fellow graduate to your right. This pin is a symbol of your hard work, determination, and accomplishments. We are all very proud of you and thrilled to welcome you into the alumni family. Wear your pin proudly, and if you run into an alum who doesn't have one, please pass yours along, and I'll be happy to replace it. Congratulations. Stay strong, Boston, and go Huskies.
Thank you, Jack and Megan. Honorary degrees will now be conferred. It's my pleasure to introduce Henry J. Nasala, Chairman of the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. Mr. President, the Board of Trustees of Northeastern University authorizes the conferral of honorary degrees upon the following candidates in recognition of notable achievement in their respective fields. Jack D. Bryant, for the degree of Doctor of Engineering, will be escorted by the Dean of the College of Engineering, Nadine Aubry, and Vice Chair Carol J. Sarpazian. Barbara Lynch, for the degree of Doctor of Public Service, will be escorted by Trustee Catherine M. Nicholson and Senior Vice President and General Counsel Ralph Martin. Edward F. Davis III, on behalf of first responders and law enforcement for the degree of Doctor of Public Service, will be escorted by Trustee Alan S. McKim and Governor Deval Patrick. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Nasella. It is my pleasure to call upon Northeastern University College of Engineering Dean Nadine Aubrey to escort the degree candidate and Vice Chair Carol Shapazian to join me at the podium.
Mr. President, it's my great honor to present Jack D. Bryant the degree of Doctor of Engineering.
Jack D. Bryant, in recognition of your qualities of character that exemplify the university's motto of light, truth, and courage, Northeastern is pleased to bestow upon you the honorary degree Doctor of Engineering. In recognition of this degree, Dean Aubrey will vest you with the hood, after which I'll present you with this diploma.
Jack D. Bryant, pioneer for justice, intrepid engineering leader, inspiring son of Northeastern. As a young man, you heard your country's call in the midst of a catastrophic world war, joining the famed Tuskegee Airmen to fight the oppression of dictatorships overseas and the oppression of racial injustice at home. In peacetime, with the same daring and drive you displayed in wartime, you took the full measure of your educational and professional opportunities to found your own engineering firm. Combining your engineering expertise and business acumen, you have built Bryant Associates into an award-winning company with offices in 5 states and projects that span the globe.
Jack, I present you with this diploma. Thank you very much. It is my pleasure now to call upon Northeastern University Board of Trustee member Catherine Nicholson to escort the degree candidate and Ralph Martin to join me at the podium.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present Barbara Lynch for the degree Doctor of Public Service.
Barbara Lynch, Master of the Culinary Arts, creative philanthropist, true daughter of Boston. A childhood aptitude for cooking blossomed by your early 20s into a true gift as you apprenticed with some of Boston's greatest culinary talents, displaying flashes of the creativity and brio that would become your hallmark as a chef and restaurateur. Embracing the art of Italian cooking at its roots, you first gained fame as executive chef of a tiny Boston trattoria, a catalyst that would lead you to develop a culinary empire of 8 distinctive concepts and earn global acclaim as one of the world's great chefs. Building on your success, your own inimitable vision, and your affinity for people's hopes and dreams, you pursued the path of service, pioneering creative programs to further the aspiration of young people and women.
It is now my pleasure to call upon Northeastern University Board of Trustee member Ellen McKim to escort the degree candidate, and our Governor, Deval Patrick, welcome, Governor, to join me at the podium. I also want to invite to the stage all the first responders who are here with us today and members of law enforcement who honor us with their presence, caregivers from area hospitals,
Edward F. Davis III, on behalf of first responders and law enforcement, exemplars of courage, compassionate professionals, protectors of the common good. During the traumatic attack on our city and in the hours and days that followed, you ran toward danger to care for the injured, comfort the bereaved, and keep our citizens safe from further harm, without regard for your personal safety. As law enforcement officers, medical personnel, and public officials, you worked tirelessly with your fellow citizens, marathon runners, student volunteers, and countless others to bring solace to our families, calm our region, and justice to the victims of this tragedy. Your extraordinarily united efforts made possible an investigation that moved with astonishing speed and focus to identify and apprehend the suspects, enabling millions of us to feel safer in our daily lives.
Governor, thank you. So let's be on this side a little bit. Governor, thank you for being with us. When I called the governor to let him know that we'll have a first in academia to give the first respondents the honor degree, he wanted to be here to deliver it himself and to thank them. But Governor, we want to thank you for your great leadership. Thank you very much. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to call upon the Dean of the Bouvet College of Health Sciences, Terry Fulmer. Yeah, give her a, yes. To escort our commencement speaker, Jim Young Kim, to the podium.
Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting Jim Young Kim to be recognized by the university for his global impact on healthcare, education, and poverty. Dr. Jim Young Kim, advocate for the poor, global healthcare innovator, champion of economic opportunity. With an unwavering sense of purpose, you have dedicated yourself to improving the lives of the world's poor and serving as a champion for economic opportunity wherever your distinguished career has taken you. While still in medical school, you collaborated with Dr. Paul Farmer to co-found Partners in Health and build it into a global enterprise serving the disadvantaged on 4 continents. Proof that quality health care for the poor is an achievable dream. As director of the World Health Organization's Department of HIV/AIDS, you led an initiative that provided state-of-the-art treatment to 3 million new patients in developing countries. You showed wisdom and faith by setting high expectations in an environment long burdened by despair. While serving as president of Dartmouth College, you launched the first international multidisciplinary research center dedicated to solving the global challenges of healthcare quality and cost. Now, as president of the World Bank Group, you have used your collaborative, inclusive approach to leadership to establish the ambitious goal of ending extreme poverty in the world by 2030. Therefore, that's right. Therefore, on the occasion of your address to Northeastern University's 111th graduating class, we express heartfelt gratitude for inspiring and emboldening us to find solutions where others see only obstacles. I present Dr. Kim.
Jim Young Kim, in recognition of your inspirational global leadership for healthcare, education, and social justice, Northeastern University is pleased to bestow upon you this special citation. Let me mention that on a personal level, Jim, as you heard, was the president of Dartmouth College. He is a true leader, a true visionary, and a role model. Jim, we're glad to have you as our commencement speaker.
Thank you. Good morning. Since I was a basketball player in high school, I've always wanted to perform at the Garden, and here I am. President Joseph E. Aoun, distinguished faculty, members and administrators, members of the class of 2013, ladies and gentlemen. It's truly a great privilege for me to be here today with all of you, especially the members of the class of 2013 and your families and friends. You should be very proud. It's a day for memories, a day to savor, a day also to join in honoring those who 2 weeks ago responded so courageously in the face of tragedy, including Northeastern students and staff who provided critical care and support to victims of the attack. It's an honor to stand before you just at the moment when you're leaving this great university and about to step into your life, the script of which is yet to be written. Throughout my years in the academy, I've loved commencements. It's one of the rare moments in our modern culture when ritual, tradition, and even a bit of pageantry brighten our lives. But I'm sure many of you are out there today concerned about what the future will bring. And I just want to say to you that not only is your future uncertain, but the overwhelming likelihood is that it's far more uncertain than you know. And you know what? That's a good thing. A recent study by a group of psychologists in the journal Science found that people are extremely poor at predicting their futures. The study showed that, for example, a typical 20-year-old woman's predictions for life changes in the next decade of her life were not nearly as radical as the typical 30-year-old woman's recollection of how much she had changed in her 20s. In other words, 20-year-olds had little idea of just how much they would change over the next 10 years. And this discrepancy persisted among respondents all the way into their 60s. The study's findings are essentially the story of my life. In fact, before I was born, given the obstacles my parents faced, I would never have predicted that, in fact, I would be born. My father spent his childhood in North Korea. At the age of 17, he escaped across the border into South Korea, leaving his parents, his brothers and sisters, his entire extended family, everything he had ever known. He had no money. Still, somehow, he managed to enroll in the Seoul National University Dental School and became a dentist. He told me stories about how he had so little money, he often could only afford to buy lunch from the illegal noodle vendors in the street. Once, when he was eating his contraband ramen, next to the vendor, police started chasing the vendor and all the customers. But my father told me that as he was running, he kept eating his noodles because he knew he wouldn't be able to afford any more. My mother was born in China near Shanghai, among a small community of Korean expatriates. After returning to Korea on a day she will never forget, my grandmother went outside to hang the laundry, and she never saw her again. She was probably either taken or killed by North Korean soldiers. With the war closing in around her, at the age of 15, my mother became a refugee and literally walked with her younger brother on her back 200 miles to escape the fighting. Luckily, she was able to resume her schooling in a tent in the southern city of Masan. She was an excellent student, and with great good luck, she received a scholarship from a secret women's society in the United States and enrolled as a freshman at Scarrett College in Nashville, Tennessee. Through almost unthinkably divergent and unlikely paths, my parents ended up meeting in New York City at a Christmas party that gathered together the few hundred Korean students who were living in the United States at the time. They fell in love, married. My older brother was born in New York City and then returned to Korea. I was born in Seoul, and when I was 5, my family moved back to the United States, and we eventually settled in Muscatine, Iowa. My father opened his dental practice, and my mother set to work on her PhD in philosophy at the University of Iowa. In the late 60s, influenced by my mother's passion for social justice, we watched the civil rights and anti-war movements unfold from our living room in Muscatine. We lived, as you can tell, the classic all-American Korean family grows up in a small town in Iowa story. We fully embraced our lives in the heartland of this great country. Now, as you might imagine, there weren't a lot of Asians in Iowa in the 60s and 70s, but happily, one of the most popular shows of that time was Kung Fu. Story of a Shaolin priest, half American, half Chinese, who come to the United States to find his American father. So while we were outsiders in a profound sense in Iowa, at least the bully kids left us alone because they thought all Asians knew Kung Fu. Even my sister, and she was 3 when we moved to Iowa. I played quarterback on the football team in high school, but don't be too impressed. We had the longest losing streak in the nation by the time I graduated as a senior. Years and years without a victory. It was said that grandfathers of teammates had contributed to this multi-generational losing streak. After high school, I ended up at Brown University, and I remember vividly one particular day when I returned from college. My father picked me up at the airport, and when we were driving home, he asked me in the most casual way, "So Jim, what are you thinking of studying?" I told him I was really excited by philosophy and political science. And I thought I could make a difference in the world, and I was thinking of going into politics. My father put the blinker on, slowly pulled over to the side of the road, turned off the car, looked back at me and said, "Hey, when you finish your medical residency, you can do whatever you want." Now, I see some Asian parents in the audience nodding their heads saying, "What's funny about that?" But you see, my father knew all about uncertainty. He knew that it's impossible to be sure about where you might end up in life. And he worried that his own success might have deprived his children of the opportunity to understand deeply the meaning of running away from the noodle police while, of course, finishing your noodles. He wanted me to have a skill, and he wanted me to butt my head up against the joy, but also the hard reality of finishing medical school, finishing residency, and caring for patients in life or death situations. I'm so grateful to my father. So far, I've told you that life is uncertain, but you already knew that. What I really want you to know is that you have abundant tools to face that uncertainty and to lead an extraordinary life, even beyond your wildest dreams. Roy Baumeister is a psychologist who's devoted his career to studying the qualities in human beings that lead to what he calls positive outcomes. In this fascinating field, researchers have found that 2 traits are most consistently associated with success: intelligence and willpower. In Baumeister's book entitled Willpower, we learned that efforts to permanently increase intelligence have failed, but people can, in fact, improve their willpower. Baumeister and his colleagues have shown that taking certain actions to improve willpower is the surest way to a more successful life. Moreover, they've shown that willpower is like a muscle that can be built with practice, but also, if you don't actively exercise your willpower, your capacity to do so will atrophy, just like your stomach muscles if you stop doing sit-ups. They've even learned that because willpower is associated with a certain part of your brain, maintaining glucose levels in your blood to feed that part of your brain is critical for sustaining your willpower. Looked at from another angle, a group of researchers has shown that more than talent, practice is what determines mastery over any given skill or ability. Malcolm Gladwell, in his book Outliers, popularized an important body of work that showed that the path to mastery requires 10,000 hours of practice. Books with titles like Talent is Overrated have been published to make the point. Now, I want you to know that there's really good news here, especially for Northeastern graduates. By graduating today, you've shown the entire world that you have more than enough IQ points to achieve anything you want. Willpower, discipline, and focus, the essential qualities for success that everyone needs, are in your hands to develop and build. As Baumeister shows in his book, you can indeed go to the willpower gym and come out mentally buff, ready to take on the world. Now, about the 10,000 hours it takes to achieve mastery, because you've studied here at Northeastern, you've got a head start. My own estimate is that through your cooperative education, in which you've received both classroom knowledge and practical knowledge, you all deserve at least a couple thousand hours discount off the standard 10,000. Good for you, and congratulations. But in addition to thinking about uncertainty, and willpower, there's one more thing I want you to will yourself to remember today. I want you to think about how you can use time effectively and for good in this complex world. Back in Iowa, my mother used to read to me the writings of Martin Luther King. In Dr. King's letter from a Birmingham jail, he writes about the need to understand the urgency of the present. He recounts an experience with a white moderate, an ally of the civil rights movement, who wrote to him saying that he, Dr. King, was in too great a hurry and, quote, the lessons of Christ take time to come to earth. African Americans, the white moderate said, would eventually be granted their civil rights. Dr. King responded, and I quote, "Such an attitude stems from a tragic misconception of time and a strangely irrational notion that there's something in the flow of time that will inevitably cure all ills. Actually, time is neutral. It can be used destructively or constructively. More and more, I feel that the people of ill will have used time much more effectively than the people of goodwill. We will have to repent in this generation, not merely for the hateful words and actions of the bad people, but for the appalling silence of the good people." You know, for myself, with all the willpower I can muster, I try to bring the sense of urgency in Dr. King's words to my work today. I do this with an understanding that I still have no idea of what the future may bring. After all, I had no idea that I would not only get my medical degree, but also a PhD in anthropology at an institution that is known as a small technical school just up Huntington Avenue from the historic and legendary campus of Northeastern University. I had no idea that I would help found an organization, Partners in Health, with my colleague Paul Farmer and others, and work in 10 countries. I had no idea that my experience at Partners in Health would lead me to take charge of the World Health Organization HIV/AIDS initiative, where we try to get 3 million people on treatment by 2005. And with only minimal academic experience, academic administrative experience, I was given the enormous honor of becoming president of Dartmouth College. And finally, completely out of the blue, President Obama last year asked me to stand as a candidate to lead the World Bank Group. Always with some trepidation, I embraced these completely unexpected opportunities, and now I find myself in one of the most interesting jobs in the world. The World Bank Group is an extraordinary organization, founded in the 1940s to rebuild Europe after World War II. Over 66 years of existence, it's evolved into the premier development institution in the world. Just 2 weeks ago, the World Bank Group governing body endorsed a target to end extreme poverty by 2030, just 17 years from now. It's the first time in history that we've been able to see the end of poverty. Our governors, who are made up of the ministers of finance and development of 188 member countries, also endorsed a goal to boost shared prosperity so that the bottom 40% of income earners in our member states can share in economic growth. Our governors also emphasized that prosperity must be shared with future generations, which means that we'll be leaders in tackling climate change, because we know that climate change has the potential to wipe out many of the development gains of the past decades and plunge people back into poverty. By setting such bold targets for our organization and setting an expiration date for extreme poverty, our governors have given us the gift of focus and urgency. We'll now use time to drive forward what we hope will be a signal achievement in human history. In closing, my challenge to you is this: set bold goals, deliberately and consciously build your willpower, and use your time well. You are so fortunate. Northeastern's co-op program and emphasis on experiential learning make this one of the most innovative educational models in the world today. With co-op options now in more than 90 countries and all types of organization, this university has given you unexcelled preparation for global citizenship. As countries around the world, including the United States, search for ways to overhaul higher education, they're looking to Northeastern's example. Through your hard work in these past 4 years, you've acquired something exceptional. The foundations for critical and self-critical thinking, joined to the practical skills to solve tough problems in the real world. These are extraordinary qualifications. They give you power and responsibility. Like my father on the streets of Seoul, though in a different way, you face a world of uncertainty. Don't fear that uncertainty. Embrace it. Use it. Uncertainty means that nothing is predetermined. Uncertainty means that the future is yours to shape with the force of your will, the force of your intellect, and the force of your compassion. Uncertainty is freedom. Take that freedom and run with it. And please don't forget to eat some noodles along the way. Thank you very much.
Men and women of the class of 2013, the moment that you have been waiting for all morning and working towards through the years of study is now here. The degrees in course will be conferred. Mr. President, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates assembled here have qualified in all respects for the degrees in course. They have successfully completed curricula offered by the several schools and colleges of Northeastern University and have been recommended by the faculty and the Council of Deans to be awarded appropriate degrees in recognition of their academic accomplishments. The candidates will be presented to you by the academic deans. After they have been presented, members of the graduating class in each school or college will please remain standing until their degrees have been conferred. I would like to invite Nadine Aubrey, Dean of the College of Engineering, to come forward.
Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in the College of Engineering, please rise. Mr. President, it's my honor to present the candidates of the College of Engineering who have fulfilled all our requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Science with specification.
I would now like to invite Hugh Courtney, Dean of the DeMoore McKim School of Business, to come forward.
Bachelor's degrees in the DeMoore McKim School of Business. Please rise. All right. Mr. President, I have the privilege of presenting the candidates who have qualified for the degrees in all respects for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration or Bachelor of Science in International Business. Thank you.
I would like to invite Terry Fulmer, Dean of the Bouvet College of Health Sciences, to come forward.
For the candidates for the bachelor degree in Wood College of Health Sciences, please rise. Mr. President, I have the honor and privilege to present the exciting and dedicated candidates who have qualified in all respects for the degree of Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Science with specification and will change the world through their scientific, selfless, and compassionate care.
I would like to invite Larry A. Finkelstein, Dean of the College of Computer and Information Science, to come forward.
Will the candidates from the College of Computer and Information Science please rise? Mr. President, I have the pleasure of presenting to you those candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Bachelor of Science degree or the Bachelor of Science degree with specification.
I would like to invite Xavier Costa, Dean of the College of Arts, Media, and Design, to come forward.
The candidates for the bachelor's degree in the College of Arts, Media, and Design will please rise. Mr. President, I'm pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, or Bachelor of Fine Arts.
I would like to invite J. Murray Gibson, Dean of the College of Science, to come forward.
So would the newly minted biologists, chemists, psychologists, neuroscientists, physicists, environmentalists, biochemists, mathematicians, and linguists please stand? Mr. President, I'm proud to present the new scientists of today who will solve tomorrow's problems, who have qualified in every degree for the degree of Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Arts.
I would like to invite Uta Poiger, Interim Dean of the College of Social Sciences and Humanities, to come forward.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor in the College of Social Sciences and Humanities please rise? Mr. President, it is my honor to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the degree of Bachelor of Science or the degree of Bachelor of Arts, and who will, of course, also solve all the problems of the world in the future.
That's very good. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University, I confer upon you and all those who have qualified the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science with specification, according to the department in which you have qualified, with all of the honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Graduates, I salute you.
Will the graduates please be seated? It is now my pleasure to introduce the Northeastern's a cappella group.
If you hear this message, wherever you stand, calling every woman, calling every man, we're the generation who can't afford to wait. The future started yesterday, but we're already late. We've been looking for a song to sing, search for a melody, search for someone to lead. We were looking for a world to change. If you feel the same, then go on and say, if you're out there, sing along with me. If you're out there, I'm dying to believe that you're out there. Stand up and say it loud. If you're out there, tomorrow's starting now.
No more broken promises, no more Cold War. Unless it's love and peace that we really fight for. We can destroy hunger, we can conquer hate. And sound the arms, raise your voice, we're joining us today. Oh, search for a leader, but the leader was me. Just go on and say, if you're out there, sing along with me. If you're out there, I'm dying to believe that you're out there. Stand up and say it loud. If you're out there, tomorrow's starting now. Tomorrow's starting now. Now. If you hear this message, wherever you stand, calling every woman, calling every man, we're the generation who can't afford to wait. The future started yesterday, and we're already late.
Let's hear it one more time for the Northeasters. The marshals will now present the graduates to the platform in order to receive their diplomas. We ask that all of the graduates return to their seats following receipt of their diplomas and remain seated through to the end of the ceremony. All family and guests should please also remain in the audience until the graduates have recessed. Will all of the graduates please return to their seats? Graduates, please rise. Candidates that are receiving their first degree today should now shift their tassel from their right side to the left side. Please join the Northeasters in singing the alma mater. The words and music are on the back page of your program. We invite all Northeastern alums in the audience to please stand and sing along with us. Please be seated.
Thank you. Listen, your parents asked me to give you the charge, but a very long charge, for an hour and a half. But some of you said, make it shorter. What do you prefer, long or short? That's what I expected. But we have a first to acknowledge today. That's the first graduation of the Damore McKim School after the renaming. We have Alan McKim with us. Alan, please stand. Let's give them a big round of applause. Stand. Don't be shy. Great. Now, this is my charge to you. It will be short. The hallmark of being a Northeastern student is that you are both scholars and doers. Through your education and worldwide co-op experience, you have gained a global perspective and an entrepreneurial spirit. You have become deeply in tune with the world. Now is the moment for you to harness these advantages and make your most audacious dreams a reality, as our commencement speaker said. And in their own unique way, our commencement speaker and our honorees have done that. From combating global poverty to serving our country with distinction, from enriching the lives of Boston's youth to protecting Boston's community. Now it is your turn. This commencement is the moment when the mantle of leadership is passed to you. So here's my charge. Lead the world, change it, transform it. Shape your own destinies, but reshape the world. You are no longer in our hands. We are in yours. So what am I going to do now? Very simple. It's time for me and for my colleagues to relax. And this platform had beach ball envy. Graduates, congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated as members of the Boston Police Department Gaelic Column lead our platform party and graduates from the arena.
John Leonard will coordinate that effort. Don't leave until he says, yeah, we've got everything all set. If you're a current undergraduate, please ask John how you can help him. Then the